Peace and blessings, beautiful people. We have yet another episode of Medicinal Herb Mondays. Well, I choose one herb from my apothecary and give you its history, its medicinal properties, and everything that you pretty much need to know about it. My name is Reginald Lewis, and I am the owner of Key to Natural Health, where we have the keys to natural healing. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about these herbs here, the nettles. We have nettle root and we have nettle leaf. But before we go into the history of nettle, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can continue to get these helpful and beneficial information about these herbs, and so that this channel can grow and others can learn about the benefits of these different herbs also. Nettle is a short flowering plant that has rich history dating back thousands of years, used by ancient Egyptians, my favorite, to treat arthritis and back pain. It was favored by Roman soldiers for its stimulating properties, and in medieval Europe, it was used as a diuretic and for joint pain. Nettle is one of the many herbs that we pretty much use every part of it. Therefore, we can use the root and the leaf of it. Both of them pretty much have the same health benefits, but they do have their own separate health benefits within themselves. Fun fact, the nettle that they used to use back then is not the same nettle that we use today due to evolutionary defense mechanisms. Pretty much nettle went in and started to grow little hairs on the stems and on the leaves of the plant to deter animals and humans from eating it. These little needles or these little hairs on it act as needles, kind of like fiberglass. It feels like fiberglass, but they're little hairs, and if you brush up against it or if you touch it, then the tips of those hairs will break off and go into the skin, and then they will release chemicals, kind of the same chemicals that an ant bite has. And of course, an ant bite is irritable and it burns and it itch, but nettle can also cause rashes if you rub up against it in its natural habitat. It's tea time, people. Let's dive into these medicinal properties. It has a grassy taste. It's not bad. I can definitely compare this to green tea for sure. Definitely compare it to green tea. Benefit number one of nettle is that it is a nutritional powerhouse. Oh, it's a break house. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. It's packed with vitamin A, C, K, several B vitamins, as well as minerals like iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium. And with all of these minerals, it can help promote better immune function, better bone health, better blood health, better cardiovascular health, better skin health. Like, come on. Due to nettle being rich in nutrients, that is why we added to our No Hood Like Womanhood herbal tea and capsules. Our No Hood Like Womanhood herbal blend is your partner in embracing the flow of a woman's body's natural rhythm. It is designed to provide a comforting touch during your menstrual cycle. Benefit number two of nettle is that nettle leaf and the root have potent anti-inflammatory effects. They contain bioactive compounds and chemical constituents such as flavonoids, fatty acids, and phenolic acids. They all play a major role in reducing inflammation, making them effective in suppressing conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease or IBD, and helping to ease inflammation in joints, improving mobility and comfort. Overall, sipping on nettle tea can provide natural relief from aches and pains. You can even use nettle for localized inflammation such as arthritis or skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, and acne. You can do this by applying nettle topically in the form of creams, ointments, or compresses. Now on to our third benefit of nettle, and this is actually one of the first benefits that I learned about with nettle. And that is that it helps with allergy relief. I remember when I started studying herbs a couple of years ago, and it was like, what helps with allergies? And nettle was the first thing that popped up every time. So it kind of caught my attention, and it always was like, nettle for allergies. But of course, you go do more in-depth research and you find out that it has this benefit, that benefit, that benefit. Nettle works for allergy relief because of its natural antihistamine properties. It does this by inhibiting the production and relief of histamine. Histamine is pretty much the compound that's responsible for allergic symptoms like sneezing, itching, swelling, even congestion. By blocking the histamine receptors, nettle reduces the body reaction to allergens. Studies have shown that nettle can be an ally for those subject to hay fever. So indulging in nettle during those allergy seasons can be a great game changer. Now on to our fourth benefit of nettle, and that is it supports kidney health. Nettle root is particularly beneficial for kidney health because it acts as a diuretic. Why is that word so funny? It does this by stimulating the kidneys for healthier urine flow, which ultimately helps to flush out toxins, waste products, and excess fluids from the kidneys. This process helps to reduce the workload on the kidneys, helping to maintain optimal function. Due to its diuretic properties, nettle can also prevent urinary tract infections. Everybody could succumb to those here and there. Also, due to its anti-inflammatory properties, nettle helps by protecting the kidneys from inflammatory damage. Also, nettle is rich in antioxidants, which helps to protect the kidney cells from oxidative stress and damage caused by free radicals. Remember we talked about the free radicals. The antioxidants being the mama with the belt, and the free radicals are the rambunctious kids just running around everywhere. Now on to our fifth benefit of nettle, and that is that it can help regulate blood sugar levels. Woo! Now we know that those that may have diabetes or ailments as such, it could be rather difficult to manage those blood sugar levels, but nettle can actually help in that area. Research suggests that nettle can improve insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar levels. It does this because nettle contains compounds that mimics the effects of insulin, helping to lower those glucose levels. Nettle also contains compounds that inhibits the enzyme alpha glucosidase. And that is an enzyme that actually goes in and breaks down carbohydrates into glucose. And we know pretty much whenever we eat, carbohydrates pretty much turn into sugar, which sugar goes into our blood sugar, which is glucose. So with nettle slowing down this process, it reduces the rate of which glucose enters the bloodstream, making it a helpful herb for those with diabetes or metabolic syndrome. And now, the side effects. Overconsumption of nettle, particularly in tea or in supplement form, could lead to diarrhea because nettle acts as a mild laxative. Again, overconsumption of nettle could lead to diarrhea because it works as a mild laxative. Yeah, I can see drinking this tea right here. It kind of got me a little ready to, go. And of course, as we said earlier, whenever you may run across nettle in the wild, then it could leave that skin irritation. If you brush up upon it, or if you try to pick it, it will kind of leave that irritation in the skin. Now, nettle does have blood pressure reducing effects. And of course, as we said earlier, nettle does go in and lower blood sugar levels. So those that may be on blood thinners or blood pressure medicine or diabetes medicine, you should take precaution because it could bring those levels a little bit too low. Also, since nettle works as a diuretic, which is great as a detox for the kidneys, if you're already on diuretics, then you may want to just be sure that you consume enough water or enough fluids, because diuretic could lead to dehydration. Overall, for any of those that may be on the above medications, you may just want to consult with your healthcare provider before you start incorporating nettle into your diet. Well, that's all we have, folks. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can continue to get this beneficial information every Monday. We're going to keep coming back to you with these Medicinal Herb Mondays. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next Monday.